Hey, what's going on guys, welcome back to Random Videos. Today we are doing the fall of the popular game Angry Birds and looking at the franchise as a whole. So without further ado, let's begin. So the game really came in popular in the early 2010s where they released obviously their first game, Angry Birds, and it was a massive success, and it led to them releasing other really great games like Angry Birds Star Wars, Angry Birds, Rio, Stella, all those games that we all know, we all love, were released because of the fame and the popularity of the original Angry Birds. And in terms of the game mechanics themselves, it was very simple. Throw an Angry Bird, tap the screen if it's got a special ability, knock over pigs. Very simple game, very well execution. There weren't very many bugs, which was another great thing. They were all pigs. So that was probably another reason for its massive success. However, the people that played it started to grow up a bit. And that might be in part why you don't really hear about it anymore. But I don't believe that is the original case, because a lot of people do still enjoy, or would still enjoy, playing Angry Birds every now and then. I do see it around here and there. I have played it a couple of times here and there. But what really went wrong with the franchise, and what caused the game to lose popularity and not really be talked about at all, really. I only hear about it every now and then. And when I do, I think I hear about the old games, not the newer games, because they are actually still making new games. But what went wrong? Well, first, they started diving into other games. When I say other games, I don't mean stuff like something other than Angry Birds. I mean Angry Bird games that weren't anything related to Angry Birds. For example, they started this way back when with Angry Birds Bad Piggies. That was a flop. Not many people played it at all. The only people that did play it played it because it was an Angry Birds game, and then dropped it in about a few months. That was probably the one bad game that they started with, and unfortunately it was a big success in terms of profit, because everyone paid for it, or paid money in it, because it was an Angry Birds game. And people fell into the trap of believing it was just an Angry Birds game, when it really wasn't an Angry Birds game. That, for me, was the first bad game, and for a lot of people it was a bad game, because people didn't really play it and it fell off traction in the first few months, really. Then they had games like Angry Birds Pop, Angry Birds, I think there was a Stella Pop as well, I believe. There was an Angry Birds Go. And all these games that they're releasing now, really, are nowhere near as good or as popular as the original Angry Birds, because they're not the same. They don't have the same mechanics. They don't have the same feel. They don't do the same. They're completely different games, which, you have to give props, because you do have to move on. But they've moved on in the wrong way. And they've made games that no one really enjoys. And that's probably why not many people play them. So, what did they do to try and solve this? Because they noticed it themselves. Well, what they did was the wrong thing. They released Angry Birds 2, which was a very fun game. And that was the only game that they've released recently that was the same as its original counterparts. It was just throw some birds, knock over pigs, with new mechanics. It was fun. It was basically just the original game with new content. Exactly what we wanted. But they went wrong, and they decided that we were going to remove all the old games from stores. That means Angry Birds is gone. Angry Birds Star Wars is gone. I believe Angry Birds Star Wars 2 is still on there, I think. But don't quote me on that. You have stuff like Angry Birds Transformers, they're all gone, right? You cannot download those off the Play Stores, unless, of course, they've added them back since I last looked, which was around about a month ago when I started planning for this video. So, that is, you know, a step in the wrong direction, because people enjoyed those previous games a lot. They spent a lot of money and time on those games, and if they brought them back, they would be a success. So, what could they do to improve? Well, it's obvious that they've fallen, you know. They have dropped down in popularity a lot in recent years, and their games aren't that good as they were. And the only way they could really improve is to reboot the original part of the franchise. In other words, release those older games back on the Play Store, because people would play them, you know. Granted, they might even do a rota system, or make them all the same game. That would be a very good idea for them, because it allows them to not have to spend as much money on keeping every game on the app stores and Play Stores and stuff, if they just put it all in the one game. A lot of people would probably download that game because there's lots of content on there. Now, what I'd like them to do to come back is just to make a good Angry Birds game. When I say Angry Birds game, I mean the original type of Angry Birds game, where you throw some birds and you knock over pigs. New content, you know, they could try and do, I don't know, franchise crossovers if they want to, like the Star Wars and the Transformers. But for me, that wasn't a be or end all. They were very fun, but they weren't, you know, that's it. If they're not doing it, I'm not playing. I'd love to see an Angry Birds Jurassic World. You know, that would be a very fun thing to do. I feel like Jurassic World would appreciate that. But, you know, it's all down to them. If they do not release any Angry Birds games, I do think that Rovio is going to get hit hard, because that is their main profit. But anyway, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this video, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next full video once this one hits the 15 view mark, and there we'll be talking about the fall of Doodle Jump. That's probably brought back some memories of me saying that. If not, hopefully it will in the video. So thank you guys for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, goodbye.